One of my big goals this year has been to keep a nature journal. The nature journal is quite simple. Once a week, I'm dedicating a page of this here book to drawing a plant from life. By the end of the year, I'll have a pretty cool chronicle of the changing of the seasons and my growth as a painter. So let's dive into what I've painted so far. So it is wintertime where I live, so it's been a bit of a challenge to find suitable subjects. Before I dive into it, this is a Strathmore sketchbook. It is a tone tan mixed media. I think it is 184 pounds and there's 48 pages. So if I do this right, I won't quite make it the year, but that's okay. Okay, so this is the first one I've done. It's a desiccated pepper. What I'm doing is I'm writing the week that I've done this each at the top of each page and numbering them. So this is my first one. What was fun about this one is this was just a plant my wife had in the backyard, so I just brought it in and was able to paint it from the comfort of my garage. But previously, when I would do botanical stuff, I would be super concerned with accuracy, as in trying to get the exact amount of leaves, every wrinkle, every stem on the tree or whatever, all that picture perfect. And I just decided I was not going to do that with this. With this one, I just decided I'm just going to have fun. That's the only way I'm going to make it through the whole year being able to do this. So I didn't even bother to erase the pencil. I used a very loose gestural approach and I just had fun with this one. All right, here's my next spread, number two. Um, Again, I didn't really want to go outside in the winter, so I picked something that was readily available, which happened to be an onion. I thought this onion was quite interesting because here we have life and here we have death. It was both growing and rotting. I found that dichotomy rather interesting. In case you can't tell, that's supposed to be mold. I've never painted mold before, so that was quite the challenge. But it was on this page that I decided to bust out the dip pen. Here I have this Tachikawa with a G nib, and I've been wanting to use a dip pen for quite some time, so really I'm treating this whole book as an excuse to play. And then, in keeping with the theme of not wanting to go too far, this is the tree in front of my house. As you can see, it's quite barren. There's no leaves or anything, but I'm going to paint this at least two more times. I think it'll be really cool to see four different paintings, one in each season. And here we are with my favorite spread. These were done quite recently, and we had a big ice storm here on the East Coast, so I wanted to take advantage of that and try to depict some snow. So this is a bush near my house, and this is some kind of shrub not too far. So why am I doing this? Well, first of all, it's just fun. Like by the end of the year, I will have a chronicle of the seasons. I'm painting this sort of wintry stuff now, but come fall or summer, just the sort of things that I choose will be very different and will look very different. So that's exciting. It's also a chronicle of my skills. So I started off here, and you can already see a good amount of growth just a few pages later. So by the end of the year, I think I'll have something pretty interesting to flip through. And probably the most important reason is that this is just an opportunity to play and explore. This is low stakes. I'm not doing this as paid work. I'm not it's just for fun and to have fun and to explore. Having said that, here are some things I've learned so far from doing this exercise. The first thing is that I've learned to slow down and appreciate the plants around me. This thing, I would have paid it absolutely no mind, but having decided to paint it, I really had to slow down and observe what it is, how it interacts with the snow. Same thing here. This is just some shrub I walk past every single day, but it's kind of meditative to sit down and carefully draw and then paint it. Second thing I've learned is that this has put me into situations where I have to adapt. So, for instance, this snow, I had to use white gouache for, which I've never done that. I've never had to paint snow in watercolor. I first tried just white watercolor, and that didn't go very well, so I did something I was not accustomed to. And actually, this is a very nice spread, so I really like the result of my experimentation here. Similarly, on the previous page, I have never painted mold before. I don't know if I was particularly successful in my attempt here, but I'm definitely breaking out of my comfort zone with basically every single one of these. And then similarly here, I've never painted a desiccated pepper. I don't know if I was particularly successful with painting all the wrinkles and how dry it looks in real life, but that's quite all right. I'm still trying, I'm putting myself out there. Lastly, the most important thing that I've learned so far is just the joy of play. There's a phrase to stop and smell the roses. Well, I don't know if I'm smelling them, but I certainly am painting them. Or at least I will be come spring or summer. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of what I think is a very cool project. If you're interested in this, I'd love it if you'd join along and do a nature journal with me. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.